This is Wild Nevadacast. I'm Dave Santina, and I have a story to tell you. It's not too long, so I hope you enjoy it. A couple of months ago, I'm up at South Lake Tahoe, getting ready to go see a show, standing in line, and looking across the casino floor, and here comes this guy in this shiny red and black jacket, and I thought, is this an Elvis impersonator?
Thank you very much.
Who is this guy?
Well,
and then I see the shoes match, and I'm like, this is amazing. And as this person gets closer, I went, oh no, I know who that is.
Who is that guy?
I see that guy every morning.
Wow.
It's Jeff Martinez from 2 News Nevada. How are you doing?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes.
That was amazing.
That's great.
You looked great.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You don't wear clothes like that on TV.
It's our one night to dress up, our big dress-up night, right?
It was
Lake
amazing.
Tahoe, our big night out at Lake Tahoe. That was great. David Sardinas we saw, right?
Yeah, David Sedaris.
Sedaris. Yeah, David Sedaris. And that was a great show.
It was really fun. And so the show ends, and then I see you again outside, and I'm like, all right, I have to go up and introduce myself and say hello, because it's one of those things, and I know you deal with this all the time. People come up to you
once in a while.
They all know you. They all know you, but you don't know them.
It's great. I love it. Yeah, people recognize you, and I really appreciate the fans out there that watch and everything. But I recognize you too. Of course, I knew who you were.
You did, yeah. And
yeah.
I was impressed
too.
I was impressed.
We were both shocked.
Shocking.
Yeah, it was great.
But it was really fun. So I said, all right, please come do this podcast, because
thank you very much.
I see all of the beautiful footage that you share on Channel 2. From your drone, from your travels, and then I see you've got Adventures with Jeff. It's a YouTube channel, and then also on Facebook, right?
Yeah, that's right, on Facebook, and it's really taken off the past about 4 or 5 years. It's about when I started really getting into hiking. Watching your show inspired me. I must say, I moved here to Reno back in 2001. And pretty much right away.
That was almost right when we started.
Right when you guys started your show. I remember watching on PBS. I would see you guys out there, and just amazed at all the adventures that you guys would do, and your road trips and all. And that kind of inspired me over the years.
Cool.
And ended up being a stay-at-home dad for about 10 years. I have 2 beautiful daughters who are doing well. And then finally got back into the workforce, if you will. I did some freelance work in San Francisco for a while, and also Sacramento. And then, of course, here in Reno. Started out at the other stations. I worked at all 3 stations.
The stations
so I'm either really good or really bad. I've been on all 3 stations over the years.
Stations that shall not be named because you're not there at
that's right. But I ended up on 2 News Nevada. Love it. Great show. We have a wonderful morning show. Our anchors, Andy Castaneri, does a great job.
Yeah.
And our newest addition is Kyle Louder. This guy is amazing. I'm called Mr. Hollywood.
Yeah.
He's a soap star from Hollywood. He's on Days of Our Lives, Bold and the Beautiful. And he kind of had a life change. His daughter and ex-wife moved to Lake Tahoe. Okay. So he wanted to be closer to his family. So he decided on a career change, came on out here, and got into the news business. And he's doing a great job.
I've enjoyed the addition. I remember when he first started, and people thought, well, hey, what?
No,
soap opera guy. But
he's really good.
He seems to fit right in.
He is a natural, as they say. But it's really cool. We get all the behind-the-scenes Hollywood stories, when I was at the Emmys, he tells it all. He's a great guy. So, it's a really good morning show. We have lots of fun. I can't believe I've been doing it going on 12 years on 2 News Nevada mornings. But
It goes by fast. Hey, I can tell. I mean, I can speak from experience. This is 24 years
Isn't that
since
amazing? Yeah.
Wild Nevada started. Now, we didn't do it for 24 straight years. We did 4 years, and then none for 12, and then started up again. And then now Chris is out producing a 7th season right now, which will start appearing in December. But it is shocking when you stop and think, wow, time flies,
I know,
man.
It's crazy, yeah.
So you're not just doing the news, you're out having adventures of your own. And this is what I wanted to talk about. Adventures with Jeff has you all over the place.
It's been amazing. Like I said, about 5-6 years ago, I started getting into hiking in a big way. Just started getting out there, discovering all the trails that a lot of them I saw on your show, Wild Nevada, and said I got to start getting out there. And I love photography is really the big thing. I love taking photographs, videos, still pictures. And while I was out there, I just started taking pictures, as I always do, and just started posting them here and there. Hey, here I am, top of Mount Rose,
right.
or here's my latest hike, Lake Tahoe, and just started posting posting that online. The reaction has been amazing. People love it. And so that has inspired me to keep on going, do more. I love getting out there, love being out in the nature. And no better way to just recharge the batteries. And if you're having a stressful day, just get out there, go for a little walk, even if it's just around your neighborhood.
Yeah.
You get outdoors, you feel nature, and it does just relax everything, relaxes you, and makes life better, I say.
Yeah, I agree. I as someone who probably would not have gone to most of the places that we went on Wild Nevada, except for the existence of that show, I'm really grateful for that, because I can enjoy the outdoors now in a way that I never would have before otherwise because of that show. So I feel you there. You go to a lot of places, and it seems like you're always somewhere. And I don't know how you do that, but how does that work out? I mean, I see posts from Yosemite, from Mammoth, from right around town. Some nights you're on top of Rattlesnake Mountain, and I'm like, how do you do all of this? So what is that routine? How much time do you actually spend out versus in town? Because it seems to me like
we're always on the go, especially the weekends. It's amazing how much you can get done in 3 days. Nice thing about my schedule, I go in early in the morning, about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, but then I'm done about 10 o'clock in the morning, after my shift. And so then I kind of have the rest of the day, take a quick nap, rest up a little bit, but then have the afternoons to go out there and explore and do everything. All the great hikes around the local area. Then on the weekends, it always makes for a good little road trip. If you have a 3-day weekend or so, you can hit some amazing places. I just got back from Yosemite a couple of weeks ago. That was awesome. Waterfalls are flowing like crazy. Stayed in Curry Village, which is really cool. The tent camping, the cabin tents, they call them, glamping.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But it's actually really cool, the setup that they have there. And spent a couple nights there, did some hiking, made it up to Glacier Point, and again, lots of waterfalls. So just love documenting my trips and sharing them for everyone to see. A lot of people have commented, thanks so much for your posts. Some of these places we can never go to, or we can't get out there to see, and it's good to experience them through you. And that's what I love to do, just share all of the beauty around here. There's so many great trails and so much to see. And again, I love photography, so I love capturing all of that and sharing it with all of you.
It's impressive, yeah, and beautiful footage. And you're shooting.
Thank you so much.
You're shooting with this drone, which you clearly love it because it's with you always. It seems like it's with you always.
A little sparky.
One of these days, I expect to see some footage of you driving your car from your drone because you're so good at it. I've seen you come out of a cave, and the drone was just hovering.
That's right. That was a Grimes Point archaeological site. That's right there in Fallon, and just kind of east of the Fallon Naval Air Station. And that's a great site you can explore. And they got these old caves you can kind of go into.
Yeah.
Petroglyphs. Just a historic site from back in the day, with Lake Lahontan used to cover the whole basin there.
That was the first location for the first shoot we ever did.
Was it really?
For a while, Nevada. We started at Grimes Point and said, "Hey, welcome to this show. We don't know what we're doing," and that was in the year 2000. And so Grimes Point, I always remember as the point where we started. Yeah. And then years later, went back and actually had a segment there where we went and did rock shelters and actually got into Hidden Cave back there.
Okay, yeah, they did the tours there.
Did a tour, and it was incredible. I had no idea, because it was hidden. But it really was unbelievable to get in there. And so when I saw that one shot, I realized after you emerged from this rock shelter, and then the camera pulled back that that thing was hovering the whole time, rock steady.
It's amazing technology, those drones nowadays. So yes, I did get my, it's called the FAA Part 107 license that you need.
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah. So it's not too bad. Pretty much anybody, just a little bit of ground school studying. You learn about airspace. I'm also a private pilot for airplanes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but not current. It's been a while since I've flown. But I did start out flight training and got my pilot's license back in the day. And then eventually just drones are the way to go, I think. It's lots cheaper for sure.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But it's great. Yeah, I take the thing everywhere. It's a DJI, a Mavic Mini is what I fly. And it's super small. It fits right in my backpack. And so when I go hiking, just take it with me. You got to be careful. And that's one of the things you learn with flight training is where you can and cannot fly.
Right.
Of course, a lot of the national forests are off limits, national parks, no-go. So you just got to be careful, and I try to never fly around people. I know drones can be annoying. I agree. I've been out there hiking, and all of a sudden you hear the zzz, what's going on? So I always try and at least ask, the people, is it okay if I film? Or just try and avoid people if at all costs,
Right.
And just get the scenery.
I have learned a little bit about this. I'm not a licensed pilot, but we have a couple here, and one of the things that we learned early when trying to schedule Wild Nevada episodes is where you're allowed. And it is always so disappointing when you can't.
Oh, I know.
You can't shoot with a
yes. There's been some disappointing
flying drone in
shot,
some of these amazing places. Like, but we honor that. We respect.
Sure,
that.
no problem. And you can get a lot of it just with the. Believe it or not, I shoot a lot of my stuff just with the cell phone. The iPhone Pro, iPhone Pro Max does a great job.
I can attest. I have many shots from my phone in Wild Nevada episodes. Because it just worked at the moment, right?
Yeah,
you
so that if that goes for you out there, anybody can pretty much be an excellent photographer nowadays with the phone technology, and take your pictures whenever you're out there and share them. Get them out online and share your adventures. I think that's what it's all about, just getting out there, enjoying the outdoors, and experiencing the beauty of everything around here. The Sierra Nevada mountains in our backyard.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the Nevada desert, just as beautiful, too. Love the Black Rock Desert. I've been out there a few times. I want to go out there. I know they have the guided tours that you can do.
Oh, really?
Yes, through the Black Rock City, or not through Burning Man, but I know you can do some of the tours down there through there. But so many.
That's be cool.
So many great things to do around here.
And there now is an arts community that's out there.
That's what I'm thinking about. The Fly Geyser around that area.
And there are artists now year round who live out there. I got to take a tour.
Oh wow!
A couple of years ago and see the space, and there are these little shelters where the artists will live, and they look like glorified outhouses. I mean, they're not big, but it's enough to protect you, and then you can do your work during the day. And they've already built some permanent art installations out there that are really fun to go and see. So it's like a mini. I mean, I say this as a non-burner. I don't have the experience of the grand experience of Burning Man behind me, but this does feel like a mini sort of Burning Man placeholder.
An art camp for sure.
And really fun. So worth going out. So I would recommend it.
Yes, I want to do that. Yeah,
I would recommend it.
The Fly Geyser as well.
Do you have places that you have not been besides that one that you're thinking you'd like to go to?
Yeah, I've always, as far as Nevada goes, I just made it out to Great Basin National Park last year. That was awesome. That's another place I'd like to spend some more time at.
Yeah.
Happened to luck out. I got a camping spot at Wheeler Peak. The campground, and that's up at 10,000 feet. That was just amazing.
Did you go to the top? Did you hike it?
I did not do Wheeler Peak. I wanted to. I ran out of time, so that's another reason I want to get back there and do that. But I had a reservation for the Lehman Caves that morning, so I had to do that.
Yeah, that's my speed. If I'm picking Lehman Caves.
Exactly, yeah.
Down into the coolness.
Oh, yeah.
Versus up into the leg pain, gluteus maximus suffering, and back pain, and then maybe I get to the top, and then the wind blows me off.
Exactly.
So I still someday I would not mind doing it, but I do love the cave.
Yes, so that's a great trip. I want to go back there. Southern Nevada, I haven't explored too much. Down there with the Red Rock area.
Oh yeah.
Got to do that. That's on the bucket list for sure.
Definitely. That's worth it. Valley of Fire.
Valley of Fire.
Check that out.
Another one.
A lot of places down there. I know everything I know about the South is because of Wild Nevada, and I'm grateful for that because I would have no clue otherwise. And there are so much.
Cathedral Gorge.
Cathedral Gorge.
I've heard about that.
That one is a must visit.
That's so.
That one's a must visit. So many, but I have to go back at some point because I did not make it up one of the hikes. We were going up to Black Mountain, and it was the first show that we produced since 12 years earlier. And so I was 12 years less in shape than I was. 12 years older, everything. And I couldn't make it. I had to stop. I was exhausted, and it affected the production because we may have made it to the top before it was too dark, but we certainly weren't going to make it with me stopping and sitting down and having to drink water. But we put that in the program to make it clear to viewers this is real,
Sure,
and
yeah,
you don't need to push yourself past a physical problem.
Yeah.
Be smart, don't be a hero. Come back and maybe get to the top another day. And I now feel like I could do it. So I'm looking forward to going back sometime and actually making it to the top of Black Mountain.
Redemption, you'll do it. You can do it.
Someday, yeah. I'm gonna do it. So, what kind of a hiker are you? Do you consider yourself a day hiker? Do you through hike? I know a lot of people love to through hike, and I just always think that's too much for me.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way too. Just kind of a day hiker. 6, 7 miles, 8 miles, about good. I've done some 10, 11, 12-mile hikes, and I know at the end of those you're like, okay. One of the long ones I love to do, but it is a good one. The Marlette Lake hike, Spooner Lake to Marlette Lake. That's not too bad, but that's a good 7 or 8 miles. And it doesn't seem that far when you're going, but on the way back, you're like, okay.
You always feel it.
The last mile is always the one that gets you.
It's true. The way back somehow feels worse. And
sometimes
I experienced that up at Liberty Pass at the end of Lamoille Canyon.
Oh, yes. Nice.
You drive Lamoille Canyon to where the road loops back, and it's like you either get out and climb or you turn around and drive back. And we did a hike to the top, Liberty Pass. Gorgeous. Loved it. Would do it again in a heartbeat. But when we came back, I could have sworn it was twice as long to get back because we were fried, and one of our camera guys, actually twisted his knee on the way down and made it even more difficult. So I felt guilty, but it's a psychology of getting to the goal versus just sort of being after the fact, right? And you're just getting back to your car, and it's like there's nothing exciting about that.
Always a nice relief though when you make it back and you feel good about it, right?
For sure.
We made it, so we did it.
For sure. I wanted to ask you, no weather jokes here, but I'm curious about how you plan your adventures based on what you expect outside. Do you
Very
set them
important.
up depending on the time of year? Are there places where do you look forward and say, all right, this winter I'm going out to XYZ because I want to be there in the winter?
Yes, there are lots of great places. Mammoth Lakes is so pretty down there. We did a few hikes down that way. Little Lakes Valley is one of my favorite trails. Just discovered that too recently. That's just south of Mammoth Lakes. So you take the Tom's Place Road and that kind of dead ends right into Little Lakes Valley. And there's a nice little campground there in the summertime, but wintertime too, we've done it. And snowshoe hike, and you can go for miles, and lots of lakes along the way, and just beautiful country there in the southern Sierra near Mammoth Lakes.
That is beautiful down there, and I am very ignorant about that area.
Yeah, I didn't really know about it until about 2 years ago. I think it was the first time we made it out there.
Wow. Okay. So worth it. You're recommending it, right? You're saying
Little
worth
Lakes
going.
Valley. Check it out. There's a campground right there. Of course, like all the places, they fill up fast if you can get a reservation.
Right.
But that's a great hike from that campground is the trailhead pretty much for that hike, Little Lakes Valley Trail.
Okay. Well, I'll make a note for myself here because I would like to do that sometime.
That's a good one.
Now, I saw a place that you went. I didn't know it even existed, and this was a place I never knew about. And it was a dramatic video. It was the Sierra Buttes Fire Lookout Tower.
Oh, that was amazing.
Where is that?
Yeah, that's kind of north of Truckee. If you're heading out towards Truckee, taking north there in 89, and it heads up toward Sierraville or Sierra City, and you kind of take a left there, and that runs right into it pretty much. Sardine Lakes is kind of where it's at. So you can hike up to Sardine Lakes to start, and then if you keep on going, you hit the old Sierra Buttes Fire Lookout Tower. That was amazing. That was a really great hike. My buddy Paul Atroki took me up there. Old Fire Lookout Tower, built in the 1900s. It was in service, I think, until the 60s or 70s. And it's now decommissioned, but you can still hike up there, and it is a dramatic hike. You go up the stairs, all the way up to the top. Steep climb. It's not too bad. But yeah, it did make for some dramatic video.
It looked incredible.
Yeah, it was great. We got up there and you get sweeping views. Obviously, the fire lookout, so you get 360-degree views of the Sierra, of the mountains, and of the lakes, and it's just gorgeous. And a great hike you can do. It's really not too bad. I'm trying to think about 4 or 5 miles.
Okay.
So not too bad.
That's in my range of comfort.
Yeah, right. That's perfect.
I could do that.
Perfect for me.
And anyone can go.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Again, a little steep at the end if you're kind of afraid of heights. May not be the one that you want to do, as you do have to climb up those stairs at the end. But they're pretty good stairs.
Okay.
And just climb up to the top, and then you can see this old fire lookout up there, and it's pretty cool. They actually lived up there, I think, for the summer. So they got like a little kitchen up there and a bed and everything you can see. And nowadays, they've replaced all that with cameras, of course, the fire alert network that you can actually go online and check out all the cameras that they have set up in the Sierra.
I think about the Lord of the Rings and the fire signal from one tower to another, and that looked like one of those places to me. I went into fantasy mode in my head.
Right? Yeah.
It's such a dramatic drop off.
It
really
was,
cool.
Yeah.
That's where the drone makes for amazing footage.
It was. Yeah, that was great. Well, thank you. Yeah, that was a great hike there. I want to go back there and do that one again.
I would too. Sure. Yeah. And you've been to some places I have not, but have thought would be good. I have barely really done much of the Tahoe
Rim Trail.
Tahoe Rim. Also Tahoe Pyramid Trail.
Yes.
You did Tahoe Pyramid Trail. You did some footage from there, and we've done like just sort of tiptoed around it in the Wild Nevada series, and now I think that I would like to get out and do some of that, some significant portion of it at some point.
Yeah, a great little section you can do is from Verdi up to Florestan. It's a good maybe 8 miles or so, but the first part of it, maybe about 4 miles in, is when you hit the suspension bridge. It's called the Fleisch Suspension Bridge. It goes over the Truckee River, and that's pretty cool. You get to hike across this bridge, and it's swaying a little bit, and you got the river flowing right below you. And that's pretty cool. And then last time we were there, it was really cool. We saw some kayakers actually going down the spillway.
Oh, wow.
into the Truckee River. So that was great. Good video there.
How fun.
Yeah, that was a great hike. And it's not too bad. Again, you pick up the trail just by Crystal Peak Park there in Verdi.
Yeah.
Just down the road from there by the train tracks. And then you walk across and pick up the trail.
Okay. And then at Florestan, you can...
you could keep hiking all the way, or you could pick it up from Florestan, go either way, from Truckee even. You can hike it from Truckee, of course, all the way down to Reno.
If you're feeling intrepid.
Just a few miles there. But
I'll take the short one and then feel my way from there.
We actually met a couple who started out in Truckee early in the morning, and they were hiking the whole way from Truckee to Reno. Yeah.
Good for them, man. I respect that.
More power to you. Oof. Yeah, oh, that's great.
No kidding. All right. So you're in Reno. You've had quite a career of that sort of classic TV jobs around the country. How many different places have you been? Or what's the path you took to get here?
It's been great. I started out in Albuquerque. That's where family is. My dad's still there. He's a retired TV anchor in Albuquerque. Oh, yeah? Nelson Martinez.
I didn't know it was genetic. But...
yeah, he was did the news out there forever. I went to college out there and kind of started out in the TV business as a photographer, actually.
Okay.
And I did that all through college. And then last year at college, they had an opening for weather for a new morning show that they were starting at the TV station where I was working as a photographer, and I raised my hand. I can do it. Please pick me. And they were real nice. They worked with me, trained with the chief meteorologist at the time, and started doing Saturday morning weather and Channel 7 News in Albuquerque.
Nice.
Yep. So did that for a few years, and then moved on. I went to Anchorage, Alaska from Albuquerque. Oof. Yeah, quite a move. I always wanted to go to Alaska, and I saw a job opportunity up there, and I said, let's go. So packed up my little Chevy Cavalier, me and my dog, and we drove the Alcan Highway from Albuquerque to Anchorage, Alaska. And it only took about 6 days, and I forget, 2,000 more miles. It was a long one, but it was a great trip, a really good adventure. So I was up in Anchorage for about a year, where the weather forecast is mostly snowy and cold. Back to you, Bob. Right? Versus here in Nevada, where it's sunny and hot. Back to you, Bob.
Right.
So Anchorage was great. Loved it up there in Alaska. Did some lots of exploring. Caught me a big king salmon.
Nice.
Yeah, so I had a really good time up there. From Alaska, got another job in the weather, doing the weather in Chicago at CLTV, Chicagoland Television, division of Tribune Broadcasting.
Okay.
So that was a great experience, and was there for the blizzard of '98.
Really?
In Chicago, yeah. So that was a very good experience and really nice, great town. From there, made it down to San Antonio, Texas.
I like San Antonio.
Love San Antonio. Oh, that was a great experience. Was there for a few years, did the weather there as well. And then I saw the job in Reno. I said, hey, love Reno. I'd made it through here earlier. When I was in college, I did a trip up here and, of course, did some skiing and everything. Said, I love the area. So applied for it and I got it. So
sounds like you were moving based on your desires at the time.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Just kind of going where the outdoors really drew me out here. Reno, of course, and Lake Tahoe, the mountains. And I said, this is a great place to be.
Is this the longest you've been anywhere?
Yes, it has. Going on, I moved here 2001 and still going.
Okay. Yeah.
So
wow.
I love it here. Love Nevada for sure.
Really, Adventures with Jeff started a long time before Adventures with Jeff.
Yeah, hey, it's been an adventure. The 21 years for sure. Yeah.
Well, all the time before that. I mean, you going to Alaska sounds like a good adventure to me.
That was a great trip up there for sure. And yeah, I just love getting out there. I want to do more. I tell you, one of my goals, what I really want to do, maybe take a year off and travel and maybe hit all the national parks around the country and do some stories on that and just keep doing my adventures.
That sounds like a blast.
Yeah. So that's something I'm thinking about.
Love it. Well, tell us when you're heading out, and we want to follow you. And,
Great. Well,
and
come
track your national park journey. You know.
Yes. Oh, that would be wonderful.
That would be great.
And just traveling in general, just getting out there and seeing everything that's out there.
I love
living life.
Okay. Well, before we wrap it up here, do you have a recommendation for someone who's maybe new to this area, who's like you were when you started, and you say, I want to start hiking, I want to start looking around and exploring. What would you recommend for somebody to get started?
Yeah, just pick your local park, maybe in your neighborhood. There's so many trails. I recommend the All Trails app. You can get that right on your phone. Popular app for hiking. And one of the features it has is just search nearby. And so wherever you're at, it'll show you all the hiking trails in your area, wherever you can go. Here in Reno, so many great trails. Just right here, the Huffacre Trail loop where I was for the summer solstice. And that's where you can hike up to Rattlesnake Mountain. You can hike around the hills right here in Reno. It's really amazing. You get out there and you're like, are we still in Reno? Yeah, where's it? It's really
a lot of trails.
Yeah. So that's really cool. Love, of course, Lake Tahoe right here. One of my favorite trails there, the East Shore Trail. That's real easy for beginners. If you want to just get out there for a nice leisurely hike.
Love that one.
Yeah, nice and flat, and just follows the lake right around Incline Village, and you go all the way to Sand Harbor. So that's a real nice one to do. So many great trails. Even Damani Ranch Park. They have the Wetlands Loop Trail. That's a nice, easy one if you're just starting out. It's about a 3-mile loop, or you can just do a mile or two, whatever you want. But yeah, I'd say just get out there, start slowly, and whatever your ability is, and of course bring lots of water, and just be careful out there. I always, if you're out there in the backcountry or if you're adventuring, I always carry a Garmin InReach GPS, a little GPS unit, and if you ever get into trouble, you just push a button. Even if you don't have cell phone service, it'll reach the satellites and dispatch help if you need it. Hopefully you never need it.
Right.
But you never know. I guess some of the new phones out now, the iPhones also have that built in.
Oh, do they?
Satellite, yeah.
I love that. I think I might have one of those. I need to check it.
Yeah. I think the new iPhone 14 has that built into it. But I said just get out there and enjoy. One of the great stories I have, someone on Facebook that saw one of my adventures out at Great Basin. I got this TP tent I bought like 3 years ago, and I'm still trying to learn how to set the thing up. I tell you, it's so frustrating. I finally figured it out, though, my last trip, but I'll set up the story. So I did a little time lapse of me setting up this TP tent. It took me like an hour and a half. And I'm out there struggling with the thing. And a viewer saw that on Facebook, and she's like, wow, if he's having problems, so I don't feel so bad. If he can do it, I can do it. And that inspired her to get out there and start hiking and camping. And, yeah. So I finally figured this out. This is my last trip when I said, I'm going to give this tent one more chance before I almost bought a new one. So last trip I went out, I finally figured out what I was doing wrong. The poles had a little extension thing on the bottom. I didn't see the button where you extend the poles another foot. I always thought this TP tent's just a little too short. It could go up another foot. So I thought it was defective or something, but finally figured it out my last camping trip. and extended everything up, and nice, a big teepee tent now. So the tent's going to survive. I think they're going to keep it. It's a keeper now.
Nice.
I almost got rid of it, but operator error, I guess you could say.
Well done. Well, now, I appreciate you inspiring people even while not having the best time.
Yeah, it's good. So I say anybody can get out and do it. Get out there, enjoy it. Get yourself a good pair of hiking shoes and good hiking poles. I always recommend too. That always helps to get you around. And good hats, sunglasses, sunscreen, and nice backpack, and you're good to go.
Beautiful. Well, thank you, and thank you for coming in today and giving me the time.
Thank you. This is really an honor,
it.
and it was nice to meet you, Dave.
Yeah, it's been fun.
And like I said, a huge fan of your show. I just started watching the YouTube or the reruns, the best of seasons you guys have.
Right.
That was really good. So I've been watching those.
Good. Well, so for people who want to watch Adventures with Jeff, where can they find you?
Yes, on Facebook, Adventures with Jeff. Just right there on Facebook, search that, and you can find me there. I also do have a YouTube channel as well, Adventures with Jeff on YouTube. I'm trying to develop that a little more. I kind of just post some videos here and there, but that's something I want to work on too, get the YouTube channel going. But check them out. Instagram too. I'm on a Reno Tahoe weatherman on Instagram. So.
That's right. I'm a follower.
Oh, thank you.
You put a lot of good stuff up there.
Wow, thank you so much. I really appreciate everybody out there. I'm just blown away at the reaction that I get when people come up to me and say, we love your videos and your hiking and your adventures. And it really just touches me, and I really appreciate it.
It means a lot. I forget sometimes that I'm on, on the show, and then people come talk to me, and I realize, oh, right, that's right.
I'm very humbled, and I really appreciate everybody out there, and everybody's so nice to meet everybody, and thank you all. Thank you.
I love it. All right, Jeff Martinez.
Thank you. All right.
I want to remind everybody to watch Wild Nevada on PBS Reno via broadcast or live stream on pbsreno.org or by the YouTube channel that Jeff was just talking about. Also, if you have a question about Wild Nevada or maybe a comment or a suggestion of any kind, send them to me at podcasts@pbsreno.org. And my thanks to Jeff Martinez, and I thank you for listening to Wild Nevadacast.